quickly move to Old Tafo because we're told that police have arrested over 40 people. They're going to be screening them. Police have picked up more than 40 people suspected to be involved in clashes that claimed one life in Old Tafo, a suburb of Kumasi in the Ashanti region. The weapon-wielding youth had been threatening to launch a reprisal attack. They were spotted by security forces when the Ashanti Regional Security Council called on the chief of the area as part of effort to restore peace. Reports say a team of police and military personnel chased after them and arrested them. Roads were closed and business activities came to a standstill during the operation to arrest the suspect. They will be processed for court today, according to the police. Meanwhile, we're told the Regional Security Council has extended to Monday, February 15, a dusk to dawn curfew imposed on the community Wednesday. And always have the angle I want us to look at is what would we be losing from Old Tafo? I'm not sure if you're familiar with this particular place. This dusk to dawn curfew that's been imposed.
Yeah, one is the commercial interest of the people who live and work there. They will be missing their businesses and they'll be losing money for that matter, and it will be affecting the economy at the long run. That is one thing that we should look at. Had it not been what the youth are doing, they might have been in their businesses trying to make ends meet. What I would say is, why should it even in the first place happen? We have cemeteries in cities elsewhere or townships that have been moved beyond, right? So what my concern is, couldn't they have had a nice small area like a mausoleum that they could fence, considering the fact that Kumasi has now become a city that such a large area might not be healthy for a cemetery. I think the youth must be spoken to on those lines, and a new plot of land given to them beyond the commercial city. Now vehicles are available and we can carry dead persons beyond our area of living. And I think that is an area that the Kumasi Metropolis and the Metropolitan head should be looking at. If the place has been commercialized, they can move the cemetery. Many cemeteries, even in my hometown and elsewhere, have been moved beyond city centers. That's fine. And again, people acting with impunity in Kumasi is becoming too many to happen.
But we have Commander One there. I mean,
Commander One is there, but the naivety of emotions when it comes to religion sometimes supersedes fear, for that matter. So what we can say very well now is that Commander is in control. He should put his feet down, and he should make sure that this is done firmly and fairly, without consideration whatsoever, and make sure that justice is given to the youth and whoever is concerned for the benefit of all people who live, work, and visit there. Yeah.
Dr. Jinapo, we know that dialogue is the way to go, but these are young people. They've got a lot of adrenaline. How do you begin to calm the nerves?
I think, first of all, it's very unfortunate. I happen to have lived in Tafo during my youthful age.
So you know the place.
Yeah, and I grew up in Asante Mampong. I mean, we were born and bred there. So anybody who knows the geographical Tafo, when you're going to Mampong, you have to pass through Tafo. And you ask Honorable, what do we lose? Tafo is close to Magazine. When you talk of Magazine, we are talking of the commercial hub of Kumasi, where they have these features and stuff like that. But you see, the problem is this issue is overly simplified.
Is it?
Oh, it is.
So it's not just the wall cemetery.
No. Let me give you the dynamics based on what I see from the papers. Our understanding is that this whole problem is as a result of the Muslim community trying to put a fence around their cemetery because they fear it is being encroached upon. Which I believe is a good thing, because it's even hygienic. I mean, you don't want to live by the cemetery and anything can happen.
But I think there was also a fear that they were
encroaching
extending the wall to lands that were not part of.
That was where I was going to. So if you just want to put a wall around your cemetery, I don't think it should be a problem. But the problem we are being told is that the wall was being extended beyond the boundaries.
That is encroachment.
Encroachment. And the chiefs and people of Tafo said, no, you were moving beyond it. And that is where I think that there should be an arbitrator. There should have been an arbitrator, because it's a dispute between the indigenes and the Muslim community. And that arbitrator, I believe, should have been either government or the security services or whoever. I heard the police make the point that, look, they are not involved, or they cannot be involved in the demarcation of what? Land. Yes. But today, what is happening? Are they not involved? What intelligence did they pick? Because if you quite remember, I understand last week Saturday, the chief of Tafo went to the area and he was being beaten by the Muslim youth.
He went to stop
and he was being
wall from being
so
continued.
when the man was humiliated, you are a Ghanaian, I'm a Ghanaian, at least we all come from local villages.
Traditional.
We know the position of a chief, and not just a chief. We are talking of Tafo Hene. Anybody who understands the Ashanti Kingdom, Tafo Hene, it's a very, very powerful chief in Ashanti Kingdom, especially when it comes to the. So somebody should have gotten the intelligence that, look, there was going to be a reprisal.
So you think that this could have been avoided?
It could have been avoided. And beyond that, we are being told that they are youth. It's not youth. Even though the youth are the people doing it, but we have people, elders who are involved. If it was a fight between the Muslims and the indigenes, why did the Muslims go to burn churches? Why did they go to burn churches? I can be a Christian, I don't come from Tafo, I live there. I'm an indigene. If you have a problem with the traditional authorities, why do you go burn churches? Why are the indigenes burning mosques? Are some of the indigenes not Muslims? They are. So that is why I said this issue is overly simplified.
So how do we resolve
So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that this whole thing happened, even though it happened just last week. That was the immediate cause. There has been an undercurrent enmity between these two groups of people. And that is where I believe that the issue is not just about curfew. They need to go on the ground, know how these two groups of... Look, Tafo has a huge Muslim community, the Zongo. I used to live in the Zongo when I was a kid. It has a huge Muslim community. How are they coexisting? They have a Zongo chief. Does he have a place when it comes to the palace of the Tafo Hene? What is the Tafo Hene's relationship with him? You remember what was going on in Agogo? We had a problem with Fulanis and Agogo indigenes. What is the place of the Fulani community? Do they have a leader who more or less has a place in the chief's palace? You see, Ghana.
But should that be the ideal place?
That is how it's supposed to be.
Thing to do.
I mean, we are becoming such a heterogeneous society, such that people are moving. People are moving. I mean, you go to my hometown. My dad is a paramount chief. We have a huge Fulani community. They have a chief who is recognized and has a place when it comes to the palace. When they sit, he has a place where he sits. The Queen Mother has a place where he sits. So if there's anything of this sort, because there's leadership, it's easy for them to communicate. So the issue of dialogue comes into play. If the Tafo Hene had a conversation with the Zongo chief, and he says, look, this is what is happening. You guys are moving beyond your boundaries. Talk to your people. Let's sort this out. If there's no any kind of animosity, I don't think the youth of Zongo will even think of beating the paramount chief of the Tafo area. So I think even though once again this is unfortunate, it gives us the opportunity to look at the bigger picture, because I don't think it's just over a boundary or it's just about Zongo youth attacking indigenes. I think it's bigger than that.
Sure. I like the perspective that you bring to the conversation.
We have to be very, very careful, especially in an election year like this, when the youth become peeved and would like to go beyond their limit or abuse the law or take the law into their hands and do whatever they would like to do. It makes the police and the army to visit them with high-handedness, which in itself is not good in this period of the year when we are heading towards elections. I will appeal to the youth to calm issues and make sure that they allow the law to take its course. Some people have been arrested. They will be taken to court. They shouldn't make sure that they are going to sort of release them from cells or things like that, which in other towns and villages the youth have been doing. They have to make sure that they allow the law to take its own course and make sure that those who will come back, and those who will be imprisoned or be pardoned must be given that opportunity. The law must take its course. This is what I would like to advise the youth to wait.
Sure.
And just to add to that, I think it will interest you to know that those churches and mosques were burnt when there was a curfew. When there was a curfew. You remember Bunkurugu recently? There was a curfew, 2 people were killed. Why is it the case that the youth more or less are so, they don't even care about what do they call it, the security forces,
the heavy presence,
and stuff like that? It tells you something, and that is where I believe that, look, this whole issue of Rambo style, Commander One and those things, it doesn't work. Intelligence should be the bedrock of policing in today's era, because look, whether you like it or not, our population is growing such that the police civilian ratio is very small. This particular issue about JB Danqua's death, how did we get the suspect? Because we are being told a phone repairer called the police to inform them that this is what is happening. If the phone repairer had kept quiet, well, this guy would have been...
But you know that shouldn't even be coming out?
That's what we are being told. But what is the police who brought it out? That's why I said this whole thing about the police even bringing it out, that we've arrested the guy and stuff like that, was a wrong move. I think intelligence should be the way forward. Intelligence, because look at what happened in Obuasi. What happened in Obuasi? It looks as if
my attention has just also been drawn to the fact that we put a bounty on this. We put a 10,000 on this.
But I don't think, I strongly do not think that guy more or less informed the police because of the bounty. The guy really probably thought, look, this man has been killed. It hurts me that he's been killed. I've had the evidence. The culprit needs to be arrested.
But you see, in that sense, even though sometimes they say the media, we blow things, it's also useful because this person probably saw it in the news, saw it on TV, heard it on radio, and it was ringing in everybody's ear, and people were seeing it.
The media's job is to educate and to publicize. But the police or the security agency's job is to prevent. Preventiveness. That is the core word. And how do you prevent? You prevent through intelligence. You prevent through intelligence. This Tafo issue, the police should have known that something of this sort could happen. That's number one. Number two, for the police to even put in place a curfew, and the youth were still that audacious to go out to do what they did, as it happened in Bunkurugu, is condemnable.
Yeah, sure.
I would also, you said that the police shouldn't have released the information to the public.
About the phone guy.
Yeah, sometimes it do help, right? Others might think if they do same, they might be caught, right? It's an information that is useful. We have to know it.
But wouldn't I'm not perhaps pushing this too far, but wouldn't the phone repairer's life be in danger today?
Yes, of course, that can be, but in such circumstances, in other jurisdictions, they are moved or they change communities. So as for that, it's there. It goes on, and the police can do that. Once he is a useful informant, they wouldn't allow his life to be in danger, and they will make sure they will do something about it. And what people should have in mind, those who kill to live will always have the sentinel of death awaiting at their doorpost. Because you will be haunted, right? You know that if I take this phone to this guy, I can be arrested. But you still have to take it because you are being haunted. That is when people are haunted, when they kill. You see, when you kill, a whole human being, a representative of such a large number of people. Muslims are praying, Christians are praying, and everybody is the concern of the thought of everybody that the culprit must be arrested. Yeah. You can't sleep. You cannot sleep. So once you do this, don't think that you go scot-free. The police are there to arrest you. You can't go scot-free, except that the police decides not to make it a case or follow the case. Once the police says they will follow a case, a murder case, they will by all means unravel the circumstances.
Why have they been, and I want to leave my last 5 minutes because I know that you want to have your take on the Woyome issue, and I have hit my 5 minutes mark now, so maybe I should just hold it there and bring the Woyome issue into this. Lawyers for embattled NDC financier Alfred Woyome are heading to the International Chamber of Commerce for arbitration over the controversial 51.2 million Ghana cedis judgment debt paid to him by the state. This follows the dismissal of a suit brought against the state by Abdullah Yusuf Fanas Mohammed, a resident of Hoizongo in the Volta region, asking the Supreme Court to declare the decision asking Woyome to return the money null and void. Mohammed, after a barrage of questions from the 9-member panel presided over by the Chief Justice Georgina Theodora Wood, withdrew the suit. Mohammed filed a writ in which he argued that the Supreme Court lacked jurisdiction to hear the case involving Woyome. Can we have our money after this? That is what is most important, and I'm asking you. This is what is crucial.
I think we are wasting too much time on Woyome. Woyome himself came out to say that he will pay back,
but he didn't,
and even gave us a payment plan.
Right? But he didn't fulfill that.
So the state has every machinery to go at him and take the money. Let him pay before any other case can be taken above where he has been. He can call for a review of the panel. That's fine. But what we are saying is, let him pay the money as promised before. Let him pay the money.
But you heard what the president said when he met the media, that something had been filed. There was a writ that had been filed just when they were going in.
No, the writ was according to informed sources. The writ was filed about 2 clear weeks before the president made the comment that it was filed the morning before, and that if the president, if he were to be a policeman, he might have arrested and taken the money from where. Since when the president became a policeman to arrest and take money instantly? You see, such comments is not welcome in societies of this nature. In a democratic society, all that we know is things must go.
Would we get our money?
We have to take our money. That is why we have the executive and its machinery to go after such people and take our money for us. The decision has been taken in the court. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? And the other guy is not only Woyome was to pay back Waterville. Yeah, Waterville was also to pay. And in some instances, you hear people saying that I'm not paying. He has said he will pay. He gave us up to December. He has not paid. What is the Attorney General doing to take back our money? I mean, I think the government doesn't need the money. I think with all that which is happening to the government now in the economy, with this started the economy that is moribund, and we can sit on such huge.
The economy is what?
Moribund.
Moribund.
Yes.
I thought you said mobro.
The economy is moribund. Vicious cycle has set in. High taxes here and there. You see how we even manage our own resources is another thing that can be a topic for another day. But what we are saying is we need money because we don't have. Yeah. Right? So we cannot be throwing out our revenues like that. It is not the best for the economy.
Sure. Dr. Jinapo, would we get the money?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think, when was this money paid? 2010? I think it became a topical issue somewhere in 2010.
Yeah, because we paid,
yes,
and then we paid another half.
To be honest with you, this Woyome issue, I'm a little bit confused about it. Confused in the sense that if you look at the chronology of events with regards to how this whole thing started, it's been a little bit.
Some Woyome.
Yes, some Woyome. That's the right word to use. But I thought this whole issue was settled, as Honorable rightly said.
When the court ruled.
No, when the court ruled, and I think there was a payment plan.
Yeah.
I thought it was settled, and I'm quite surprised it's still dragging on. Now it's going to the International Arbitration Court or whatever. I think this whole thing is a political issue.
Yeah.
It's a political issue. It's as simple as that. It's a political issue in the sense that, look, I honestly do not see a serious commitment on the part of government in trying to retrieve this money.
Sure.
That is what it is.
All right.
And I do believe that if, as we speak, it was an MPP administration, the dynamics would have been different. That's what. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And we just allow them to play their politics.
Amazing. We need the money. We need the money. We need the money.
We need.
Okay, so you know, Sunday, you've not done this anywhere before. Sunday is Valentine Day. I was just hoping that you tell me what your favorite love song is. And let me give you the opportunity now. I can pick maybe 1 or 2 calls because I said I'll let you sing. So you can give me a call right now. 030221169102. It has to be quick though. Honorable.
My favorite song.
Yeah. It could be any song. Any song.
Christian, of course, but gospel, of course, but
you have to sing a line though.
no, as for my voice, I
no, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
If the classmate of mine is watching now,
he
will never ever like me to sing. That's a nice song. That's a nice song. My voice is horrible.
Do you have
I like Becca's that.
Okay, okay, please sing what? Sing
I
a line.
can't sing it honestly.
Sing a line.
But you see, the point is this. You know, Valentine's Day is an interesting day, and it's interesting because it's a foreign culture.
Yeah.
And we've bought into it, especially the so-called young middle class. It's a time that people. I mean, some break up, some get married, some get into relationships. But I think what was
some contract diseases.
Let me let my friend in Akosombo, Kwesima, who's been practicing because we went to buy bananas today.
Wow.
So good morning to you. Thank you for calling.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you really for watching the show every day. So what song are you singing?
I tried the banana stuff.
Banana is good for.
Yes, good for the voice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So let's hear you on this.
I thought it was for the Valentine Day.
And can you just write your name across my heart?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Now it's gulping the banana.
When I look at you, you're going crazy. That's all I can do.
That's a beautiful song.
I'm so defenseless with you so close. The walls have crumbled, my body and soul.
Write your
name across my heart. I want the world to know that I am yours forever. And I will wear it like a shining star. Write your name across my heart.
Whoa! MD question. When are you coming to Accra? I have a lunch date with you. I will call you. Thank you so much for singing for us to wrap up Talk beautifully. Thank you so much.
Yes, I would like to say happy Valentine to all women, especially those who wouldn't have men to console them and are over and above 18.
Should they contact you?
Another time, but not this year.
I think you were landing on something.
I was just saying that we took an opportunity of this Valentine to have something known as Chocolate Day. But for some reason, I don't know how it has been patronized. I know tomorrow. Is it today or tomorrow? They're having it in a certain village or something like that.
It's been a bit quiet, maybe because of the whole cocoa processing issues.
Yes, because we can't produce cocoa to feed the
But we have
processing factory.
Thank you for being here.
But let me say
Enjoy
happy
your
Valentine
Valentine.
to my wife.
Okay.
I mean,
What's her name?
She's called Gifty.
Gifty.
Yeah. And
Gifty
my
Jinapong.
four daughters.
Okay. All right then. Stay with us. We've got entertainment coming up. You
My
would
daughter
love
will
it.
not forgive me if I don't.
What's her name?
Akuya Amankwa Esiama Akuto.
Okay.
Wow.
Happy Valentine to you, sweetheart. Stay with us.